Everybody copy me. Hi everyone, I want to tell you about my research into imitation in archerfish. People probably think that studying fish isn't all that important to understanding humans, but I believe that fish can actually teach us a lot about our own evolution. Archerfish spit jets of water at insects above the water surface. When searching for insects, archerfish remember where they've already looked and can recognize things which stand out against the background in the same way that humans can when we're searching for something. This behavior was long thought to require large and complex brains, but archerfish brains are much smaller than ours, and yet they can still do these behaviors. Similarly, imitation, or the copying of movements, like we did at the start of the video, has long been thought to be done only by mammals like ourselves, as other animals weren't thought to have complex enough brains. Imitation requires your brain to turn what you see into movement, which many people think can only be done if you have a large brain. However, recently animals with smaller brains like archerfish are being used to study imitation. Archerfish can actually learn to shoot down moving targets by watching other archerfish. I want to determine if archerfish are actually imitating and copying the demonstrator fish's exact movements when they do this behavior. If we know how archerfish's small brains turn what they see into movement, we could learn a lot about how the ability to imitate evolved. Fish evolved a lot earlier than mammals did, so if they can imitate each other, imitation has likely been around for a very long time. But I can hear you asking, why should we care when imitation evolved? Well, human evolution is largely due to our ability to imitate. If we see someone do something and copy that behavior, and then show it to someone else, who shows it to someone else, and so on, we eventually create customs and traditions that combine to form society. It's like your parents teaching you to use cutlery, which they learned from their parents, who learned it from their parents, who learned it from their parents, until we end up back at the guy who invented it in the first place. If imitation had never evolved, we would not be where we are today. Archerfish are showing us that you don't need a big brain to do these supposedly complex behaviors. Learning more about how fish use imitation will help us to understand how we were able to evolve. Archerfish could therefore hold the key to determining our own evolutionary history, but if we don't study them, we'll never know how much we might owe to our fishy ancestors.